Okay guys, today we're going to be taking these old unwanted clothes that I found from a local thrift store and turning them into one-of-a-kind custom creations. Hopefully building the skills I need for my final challenge, which will be making a sweater completely from scratch and then gifting it to one of Canada's leading fashion creators, Seth Froese. Maybe you've heard of him. Seth is a content creator with a keen eye for fashion and the latest trends. His informative and attention-captivating visuals have helped him amass over 750,000 followers, taking the fashion scene by storm. He's also my friend, and you guys should definitely check out his Instagram and TikTok. This dude does not miss. First thing I'm gonna do is start planning out the patterns and creations I think will look the best. My first pick is gonna be this black on black combo, and we have a ton of work ahead of us, so let's get started. For my first design, I didn't want to take too big of a color risk, so I just decided to go black on black, but the difference in material would provide a nice contrast, and the sleeves would be a perfect place to start. I feel like I should preface this with saying I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never sewed before. I've never used a sewing machine. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. There is a good to fair chance that whatever I end up making is gonna look like crap. Okay, I have no idea if I did that right. Let's just grab a scrap piece of fabric and try a practice round. It actually worked. Something I was not looking forward to was dealing with pins and pinning all the clothing together. So I actually picked up these small material clips and they worked awesome. I cannot recommend them enough. This first pass was just a straight stitch to secure all the materials together so they're not slipping back and forth. Now I'm putting on a zigzag stitch over top of the ends so they don't fray. Here I'm just doing the same zigzag stitch on the sweater. Now that we have our zigzag stitch done, we can move forward to putting the sleeves on the sweater. To get these attached properly, I'm flipping the hoodie inside out and keeping the sleeves right side out and sliding them inside. The sleeve material on the inside is a non-stretchy material, so I don't know if that's going to cause any problems, but we're about to find out. I just finished sewing on the second sleeve. It looks so cool. You can see there's some spots where it's a little bunched up just because this jacket sleeve was a little bit smaller, but for my first try, I think it turned out pretty cool. I guess I should have paid more attention to where the sweater would sit on me. Probably should have tried it on first. I guess that's something to keep in mind for next time. Okay, I'm gonna start my second creation now. For that, I have this green corduroy shirt and this heathered white crew neck, which I think this color combo is actually gonna go together really well. Here, I'm just using a brown pencil crayon to draw out a little bit of a design. I wanted to challenge myself on this one because it was gonna be my last opportunity to practice before we went on to our final project. I have both of them flipped inside out. It looks right. The curves are going with each other. I would hate to go through all the work of sewing it together to find out it's backwards. So I think the smartest thing to do is to start at the top, and that way this shoulder part will line up, and the bottom already is a little bit different. So the bottom's got to get fixed anyways. Maybe we'll make less work and just try and make it perfect at the top. I don't know if you can see this. I guess I didn't have the material lined up right, and it actually double sewed the corduroy. So I'm gonna have to start again. I would recommend not doing that, because this sucks. I put the pieces together with a straight stitch, and then I used a zigzag stitch to close up the ends. And it was starting to look pretty good. To finish this off, I just needed to shorten up the corduroy on the sides, so I cut it shorter and then put an identical hem back on. This was the finished product, and I think it looks awesome. I can totally see myself wearing this in the future. Now it's time to start my third and final design. For my last piece, I'm going to be using this quilt to make a custom hoodie from scratch. For this, I'm taking apart the first black hoodie I made because the design was kind of busted, and it was the hoodie that was the closest size to what I was going to need for my template. Here, I'm just cutting around the templates, leaving about a ½ inch around the entire thing for seam allowance. I'm also going to be incorporating some of this green corduroy. When I was doing the color planning with him, he saw this thing and he was stoked on it. Weirdly enough, he just made a video on this color combo, so I think he's going to like it. Okay guys, I got all my templated pieces clipped. It's time to start putting it together. Okay guys, check this out. It's actually starting to look like a hoodie. I'm so excited. On the edge of the hood here, I did a double hem to hide any cut edges. To attach the hood, I need to flip the sweater back right side out and line up the center of the hood with the center of the back part of the sweater. Then line up the edges and clip as necessary. To finish off the sleeves, I'm just rolling them up about a ½ inch and using a straight stitch to hem them. When I was cutting everything out with the templates, I left the body parts a little long because I knew I was going to trim them after in case they were a little skewed when I put them together. And then I wanted to try to add a little bit of a taper to the bottom to give it more of a modern look. Now I just needed to make a kangaroo pocket, and I figured the green corduroy would be a really nice way to contrast the brown. For that, I'm just tracing it, leaving the ½ inch seam allowance on the outside, cutting it out, and then folding the edges over. I lined it up where I wanted, pinned it in place, and used a straight stitch to sew it on, and then I added this little green breast pocket. I am officially done. I think it looks so good, and it is incredibly comfortable. I tried it on just to check the size. It's literally a blanket. I know on this channel I'm learning lots of new things, and that's kind of the idea behind it, but I'm really having a hard time grasping that a couple days ago I had never used a sewing machine before, and I just made a sweater completely from scratch. Now that we're finished, we're just heading to Seth's house to give him his surprise. I hope it fits him. I'm gonna feel really dumb if it's too small.
Yo, what's
hey,
up?
How's it going, man?
This is sick.
So this is your custom item that I made.
This is sick. This is sweet, dude. You did all this?
Yeah. You like it?
I love it, dude. That's so sick. I love the corduroy here, the corduroy
Yeah.
here. Holy smokes, dude. You killed this. Was this originally a different hoodie?
It's 100% from scratch.
Well, let's give it a try on. This is sick. First, you have good patience.